At one point, you just kind of have to look in the mirror and be like, am I going to keep damaging my hair all the time? Your focus is to get your hair from point A to point B. Today, I'm going to be wearing my hair curly. You get to do your makeup, you put your clothes on, and then you end up looking at yourself and you're like, my hair is ruining it. So many product recommendations.
Use this leave-in conditioner, use this gel.
And if I were to go back in time to 14-year-old me and be like, these are the products that I want you to use, I think I would definitely recommend a. If you're watching this video, then this is your sign to wear your natural hair this year. Now, I have had curly hair since I was a baby. It has been very difficult for me to be confident in it, even though so many people would say that it looks great, they wish they had my hair. But only if you're a curly girl, you understand that at so many points in your life, the only wish you had was to have a different type of hair. And I know that growing up, there was this like huge fashion where every girl would straighten their hair. Now we're in a time where curly hair is actually the trend, the fashion, right? Now, I have been on a curl journey for so long, and I have always had a love-hate relationship with my hair, and it was always depending on what others said about it. It all starts with completely ignore what anyone thinks of it. Once you like start to tune out the noise around you, it becomes a lot easier. Honestly, you're gonna have so many opinions, because especially if your hair is like a bit burned, a bit damaged, or like extremely short and you can't really see the curls that you want to see, then at this point, people's opinions, throughout your journey are going to keep coming, because you're going to keep doing different things to your hair that you didn't used to do before. So I would just say tune out the noise. Do not like follow all these influencers that have completely different curl pattern to you. Follow and consume content of people that have your hair, a healthier looking version of your hair, so you can learn tips and you can kind of look forward to, okay, this is the type of hair that I want to get in like a couple of months, a year or two, because obviously it takes time. So first step is to kind of tune out the noise, to know that you're going to be getting comments, but your focus is to basically get your hair from point A to point B, and there's going to be so many opinions during that time, and the most like damaging opinion that you're going to hear in your mind is going to be yours. But when I stopped like stretching my hair and just kind of like wearing it more and more curly, the voice in my head was basically telling me, you look ugly. No outfit looks good on you because you're wearing your hair like that. Even when you do changes with your makeup or go towards a more natural look, like I used to wear this really thick black eyeliner. And at one point I thought, you know what? I will just want to start like wearing false lashes or just mascara. Well, at that point, every time I'd pass by a mirror in like a shop or something, I would look at myself and be like, I don't recognize this person. Like, who is she? Because she doesn't look as good as eyeliner me used to look. And it genuinely took me a while of feeling like I'm in an ugly stage to get to a point where at one point I put that eyeliner back after like weeks. It didn't even take that long. And I put the eyeliner back and I swear to God, I did not feel pretty anymore, like as pretty as I thought. I thought, you know what, the second I put that eyeliner back, I'm gonna feel like myself. And I just got so used to seeing my face without it that I appreciated how beautiful I was. And it's the same with hair, right? If it's such an insecurity of yours to go out with your natural hair, allow yourself to be in that phase where they're not perfect, but they're getting healthy. It's a lot to do with the voices in your head that are telling you that it just looks horrible when it actually doesn't. Like, most people don't actually look at your hair, and they're not going to look at your hair in that transition and be like, oh my God, it's horrible. And if they do, and that's on them, because any transition is going to take time and it's going to take effort. So that is the first step. Tune out the outside voices and tune out your inside voice, because that could really stop your progress. And that's probably what's stopping your progress right now, because you look in the mirror and you think, okay, I'm out of the shower today, I'm gonna be wearing my hair curly. You get to do your makeup, you put your clothes on, and then you end up looking at yourself and you're like, you know what? This makeup looks good. This fit is fire. My hair is ruining it because it's not the way I imagined it to be. But you have to give yourself time, girl. Like, you have to quit heat. You have to quit like bleaching it. And that's my second point. Please quit all of these damaging things. If you want to embark on this journey, you have to understand that these things that you're doing that are damaging to your hair are like a quick fix. You're gonna straighten your hair that day. It's gonna look good for you in the moment, but you're nowhere near accomplishing your goal of getting your hair healthier and accepting your most natural hair form. So if you're someone that like constantly bleaches her hair or his hair, try to like accept your natural hair color for a while. I've gotten my hair to the point where if I want to put any like lighter color on it or even bleach, even though like I'm really trying to avoid bleach, but I can can do that because my hair is healthy at this point. But if you're just starting, or if you're like, you know, in the middle of your journey, you have not yet gotten the look that you wanted, then I would say try to like stick with your natural hair for a while, like the color. And when you get it to the point where you are happy with like the texture of it and the curl pattern and how, you know, like healthy it is and how shiny and moisturized it is, then you can start thinking about color. You're gonna, you know, straighten it. It's gonna be a quick fix for the day. It's gonna get damaged. You're gonna dye it blonde or lighter. You're gonna think, oh my God, it looks great. Like I made a change, but in the long run, you're just kind of going further and further from your own goal. I'd say another thing is to like keep a very simple routine and to not overcomplicate things, because as curly girls, you have so many like suggestions and tips and videos online that you can watch, so many product recommendations like thrown at you.
Use this leave-in conditioner, use this gel, use this mousse. This hairbrush is better than this one.
Everyone comes with different advice because everyone has a different curl pattern. Everyone that is putting these videos out has learned so much throughout the years. And of course, it's good to listen to the good basic advice, but to kind of like overcrowd your mind with, oh, I need this girl's exact routine to the T. This is just kind of like distractions, and it's going to make you overwhelmed because curly hair, it's already so hard to deal with it, that if you start to overwhelm yourself with all this noise from the outside, then you're not going to be able to stick with it. And the most important thing is to actually create a routine that you're going to be able to stick with. So I would say simplify it. I would say, okay, if you like really do not know what type of leave-in conditioner to use, what type of, you know, like hair gel and everything, then definitely take some time to look into these recommendations. But I would say that once you find a product that works for you, just kind of like stick with it for a couple of months. Because if I were to like have changed my hair products all the time, I think my hair would have been getting so confused and it wouldn't have like gotten to its full potential. But also I would have been getting confused and I would have just been like, oh my God, this is too much. The straightener is so much easier. If you're going from always wearing your hair like super simple, quick style, straighten it, to trying to accept your natural curls, of course you want to make your curls look good, but you're going to be way too overwhelmed if you're starting to add all these like 10-step routines, you know? Keep it simple. Find a leave-in conditioner that you like, or find a cream that you like, find a gel that you like. Have a really simple routine so that you don't damage your hair by doing these damaging things that you do every day. And another point that I want to make, what I did, and I feel like it helped me tremendously in my natural hair journey, was that like I would always wear it down. And I know that it can feel like there's something off, right? If you constantly wear it down, you could like feel like, oh my God, I'm overstimulated. I just want to wrap it up and put it in a bun. Try to maximize the amount of days that you wear it down. If you have straight hair, you know that if you're gonna keep it in a ponytail, unless it's like a super tight ponytail, that you're not gonna have like big problems with it. But with curls it's different. If you constantly keep it in like hairstyles, you're going to naturally just stretch out your natural curl pattern. Like imagining you're just doing this to your hair every single day. Would you really expect it to like spring up after years of you just kind of like stretching it all the time? You need to allow your curl to develop some sort of curl memory so that it knows how to spring. If it always tries to spring like that and you always pull it down, then even if you don't like apply heat to it and you think you're being healthy, you're not actually unlocking the full potential and the full bounce and spring of your curls. If you feel like at the beginning that, oh my God, it's so awkward, I'm so overstimulated, I want to have it out of my face, I get it. You're gonna get to a point where you're just gonna want to wear your hair down because it's gonna feel like yourself. I swear right now, if I put my hair up, it doesn't feel like myself. More than 9 times out of 10, I wear my hair down. The other 1 out of 10 times, I would find like a cute hairstyle. There's like so many cute hairstyles that are not damaging. If you have clips, you can just clip your fronts away from your face, and that already makes a huge difference in how you feel. Another thing that I want to talk about is accepting your hair throughout your week, right? So if you have any sort of texture, every day is going to look different. And I'm not saying that for straight hair it doesn't look different, but I'm saying that for curly hair, the difference between day 1, right after you've washed your hair, and day 6 can be huge. Like even the difference between day 1 and day 4, if you don't have a good hair routine, if you don't even know what you're doing with your hair, the difference between day 1 and 2 can be massive. You need to get to a point where you kind of like accept that every day is going to look different and it's not going to look perfect. And look at me, I'm literally filming a YouTube video with my day 3 curls. Imagine the pressure I would put on myself if every time I would film a video, it would have to be day 1 or 2 curls. It would be insane, and it would just not be realistic, because I would show up in front of you guys and be like, just showing you the one day of the week where my hair looks like that. It's just not realistic, and I don't want to create this unrealistic standards, because I feel like even in the curly community, there's so many unrealistic standards that they're even more damaging than, you know, just keeping your hair straight. Because if you keep your hair straight, you know, that's like, it's easy, it's out of the way, it's completely different to your natural hair. But if you constantly see these girls with perfectly defined curls all the time and you never see how hair actually looks like throughout the week, that can be even more damaging, because you feel like your curly hair is not good enough. So I think it's important to just kind of like accept that every day is gonna look different. And I know that everyone likes to figure out their own time in between washes. I feel like I wash my hair about once a week. You know that if you're not gonna basically wash your hair for a week, you're gonna see more hair in the shower, right? I don't want you to get discouraged by that. You know, when you straighten your hair and you brush your hair every day, right? You kind of get rid of those hairs, and when you wash your hair again, you don't see as much hair falling. But when you have curly hair, like right now, my hair, because it's in its natural state, the hair that has been falling out of my hair naturally, not because there's anything wrong with it, but the hair that has been falling out naturally, these strands, they're trapped in my curls. And when I'm going to shower next, I'm going to brush it, and all these strands are going to come out, and it's gonna look like there's so much hair lost, right? But there's not more than if you were to have straight hair. It's generally the same amount. So don't get discouraged by that either. You just have to accept that curly hair and keeping your hair natural is going to have certain particularities to it, and this journey is going to have like little bits and pieces that are obviously so different, but that doesn't mean that you're doing something wrong, or that, you know, if you wear your hair curly, you lose more hair. It's literally not the case. I also want you to visualize yourself. I swear, just visualize yourself having the hair that you want. And I'm not saying, you know, visualize yourself with like a curl pattern that is completely different to yours. The hair that you think you genuinely can achieve. And if you've been a curly girl your whole life, if you have any like baby pictures or pictures when you were a kid or a teenager before you damaged your hair, or if you have a picture of your hair at any point in your life where you were like, that looks beautiful, just literally have that picture as a freaking vision board and think that I'm gonna do my best to get my hair to look like that. In this journey, there's also gonna be moments where you're really gonna be like, I can't be fucking asked to do my hair. Like, I can't do a hair like curly routine this week. I literally do not want to do it. And to those weeks, you know what I'm gonna say, literally don't do it. Do not feel like now that you've embarked on this journey, you have to style your hair perfectly every single week. You think my hair looks like this every single week? You are insane. I sometimes wake up and I'm like, you know what, I'm not gonna deal with this shit. Like, I'm actually not gonna do this. So what I do is I come out of the shower, just dry my hair and put it into like 2 really tight braids, and I just go to sleep. The next day I wake up and I wear those braids. They're gonna get super frizzy. Maybe I redo them, or I open it and it looks frizzy. And so what? You know, at the beginning when I started like doing this, because it's only been recent, I was so insecure because I was not showing up with like my best curls, you know? Obviously at the beginning you will get some comments of like, oh, what happened to your hair? It's not looking as good. But honestly, like, curl fatigue is such a thing. Like, it's a proper routine. There's a reason why you're not wearing your hair natural. Not only that maybe you don't feel as beautiful with it, or it doesn't look as good as you want it to be, but it's because it's difficult. You're gonna get obviously used to the routine. Sometimes it's going to just be plain difficult and you're gonna be like, I literally can't be asked to do it this week, and that is fine. If I were to actually recommend a couple of products that I think that you really need embarking on this journey, and if I were to go back in time to 14-year-old me and be like, listen, these are the products that I want you to use, please use them, I think I would definitely recommend a bonnet. And I know a bunch of you already use the bonnet, and I know some of you use the bonnet and be like, what the hell, my hair looks bad in the morning anyway. There's a certain way to put a bonnet on, you know? You don't just put your hair in a bonnet and hope for the best. Just drop a comment and let me know if you want me to make a video about it. So I would definitely give my 14-year-old me a bonnet. If I could literally take my wet detangler and bounce curl brush to 14-year-old me, I would do it. The wet detangler, the actual hairbrush, if you know about it, it's amazing because it helps you detangle your hair so good. I would just avoid the hairbrushes with like the little bobbles, the little balls at the top, because they break the hair. And the wet detangler is just so good, and specifically made with like those bristles that kind of bend, and they're flexible so they don't like lead to a bunch of breakage. Oh, for sure a diffuser. I would give 14-year-old me a diffuser and I would kind of like teach her how to use it. I would tell her to like ditch a regular hair towel. I used to like use like a regular hair towel to just dry my hair. Oh my god, such a no-no. I have microfiber hair towels to do that now and I only scrunch it. Speaking of products, I would definitely give her a leave-in conditioner, hair cream, a light hold hair gel. Oh my god, yes, I would so give her a satin scrunchie and hair clips. Hair clips, oh my god. All of these products are just kind of like what comes to mind right now, but they're definitely not everything that I use. If you want to get this essential pack of things to use, then you can gather these things that I've told you about and kind of, you know, start from there. And I think the last thing that I would tell my 14-year-old self is not let your hairdressers cut half of your hair every time you go to the hairdresser. I would say layers are for sure the go-to when it comes to curly hair. If you want to embark on a natural hair journey and your hair is like unhealthy, then for sure cut a couple of centimeters, couple of inches off of the length. But I've been to too many hairdressers that I've honestly like cut my hair to here because I've asked for layers. To be fair, I have had like a layerless cut for ages and I really loved it. But at one point it becomes so difficult to manage. It's so difficult to tangle it, and it's also, your hair doesn't look as curly as you would like it to be. So if there's something that you can do at the beginning of your curl journey that is going to be like a quick result, it's going to be cutting your hair in layers. And if you're, again, like I said, terrified of just having all of your hair chopped off, just kind of assess how much of your length is healthy and how much it isn't. And go to your hairdresser and be like very specific about, okay, more than this, I would be really upset if I left with more than this hair off of my head. So if you really want to hold on to that length, then make sure you find a good hairdresser for that. But, you know, a curly cut is always going to be the thing that's going to push you into that hair health journey immediately. You are going to like unlock this confidence that you never thought you had by wearing your hair natural. I feel like now my hair is such a big part of me. I get to wake up every day with the hair that I want and I love because I stuck to taking care of it. Please drop a comment with what other videos you want to see next from me. See you in my next video. Bye.